running the car in classes like the crate racing street stock, either sanctioned or unsanctioned, but running that rule set. So I've been on 8-inch wide rims on Hoosier H500 tires. I got some really good sponsors that have been supporting me now since the very beginning of dirt race life, the Liven Goods, and they helped me to get some 10-inch wide rims where that we could run some tracks over in Arkansas and in Missouri. And I finally made it over to one of my favorite tracks over in Paragould, Arkansas, Crowley's Ridge Raceway. Shout out to them, great folks, packed stands, great racing. Made it over there running asphalt pull-offs like this right here. And if you don't know what that is, these are tires that were originally purposed for short track racing on asphalt, and then people buy them up by the truckloads after the season's over for asphalt, and the next year they end up being used in dirt racing where we groove them up and run them and get some more life out of them. Got several tracks that run by rules to allow these, and so I was over at Crowley's Ridge Raceway and I ran them. Running the exact same offset. I'm running a 4-inch offset on my 8-inch and a 4-inch offset on my 10-inch. So I basically just put 2 more inches of tire out from the car is the only difference. Couple of shots here from the heat race. Overall, was really happy with it. One thing that I did notice was that with that increased traction, plus being a short track with a really high berm on the edge of it that I was hitting my right front against, I was bottoming out my spring rubber on my right front. And so we're going to swap that out. Check this out. On that one, I turned my 3-wheel brakes on. I felt like I needed them on the track. Ooh, that did not work at all. Ended up running over the number 4, bumped him twice in the corner down low, and that was just all me. I I went and made sure he knew that was all me. I knew it was all me. Didn't tear his car up. Heat races don't count for your position for the feature race, so you know, didn't really cause him a problem. But I flat out spun him and took away his chance to get a win on that race. So anyway, 3-wheel brakes on this car, it got it way too loose on that track. So I got to think that over. I thought that there was enough tack in that track that would have worked for me to get that real short turn, you know, down around that inside tires, real tight radius. And I thought the 3-wheel brakes should work there. It didn't work at all for the car. Just flat out rotated the car way more than I was expecting. May not have had the brake bias where I needed it. Regardless, I don't have enough right front spring in the car. I was feeling the car bottom out every once in a while. The track's a little bit too tight with too much of a real berm on one end that you slam the right front into, and so I was just pushing right through that spring and that rubber. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the softer 3/4 inch black rubber out. I'm going to go to that long acre medium 1.25 inch. So I got more spring rubber engagement. The 3/4 black worked good on a 3/8 real smooth low bank, but on this track right here, quarter mile track, got that real tight, high, you know, wall on it you can get your right front into. Needs more spring rubber. We're going to start there. I'm not going to turn rounds in because the car is free and seems to be acting right. So I'm not going to change any weight jacks or anything, just more spring rubber so my spring rate engages faster. You want to do that? Go back to the feature. All right, let's see if I can get this rubber out of here. Is that one cut? Yeah. Put a thicker one in. Woo! That brake rotor is toasty. Dog. All right. Hey Chuck.
Yeah.
I got a roll of black electrical tape in that bag. Will you get it?
What?
Black electrical tape.
Okay.
I forgot. I had one of my buddies that watches us on Dirt Race Life told me to get some tape on this thing, and I forgot about it. I need to get some tape on that because those links can bind up right there. All right, y'all, let's talk about my setup here and a little bit of the technical. All right, so I switched out and I put a little bit more rubber back in the right front to help with this track and the conditions on this track. All right, the chain. You see, I got my black tape on here now. All right, so y'all quit talking bad to me. I am tied down. This chain has this all the way down at ride height right now. That's where it's at. Like, that'll still be tight when the car is sitting on its own weight. I'm still learning it, don't get me wrong. But here's my understanding of what's going on. So, I'm down on the right front with real strong rebound at all times, okay? As I'm coming through the middle of the turn, out the exit and everything, and my rebound is starting to slowly release out. It's gonna stop releasing when the car gets to ride height. The chain's gonna catch it. And when that chain catches it, what it's doing in essence is, it is controlling how much this spring can transfer across to the left front and transfer across to the left rear on exit coming off the turn. So the chain on the right front is basically helping to keep right side weight in the car. That's my understanding of what it's doing. And I was told to do this. I mean, like, I didn't come up with this on my own. I mean, this is what people are doing that are killing it and give some really tough competition. Very good. And I'm sorry guys, disclaimer, those of y'all that have been helping me, I'm telling all of y'all, this channel, we're all about helping in grassroots racing. I super appreciate the help, but the whole purpose of it is to help our class and league across the nation to become better racers, better drivers, create more fans in the stands and stuff. So please, I really appreciate the help and everything, but please understand, we need to show everything we're doing on this car to help it drive right. So we changed that right front spring rubber out. We went from that 3/4 inch softer one back to that medium 1.25 inch spring rubber so that our right front could hold up, because I was running into, if I ran up against the berm with the right front, I was just blowing right through that spring rubber. Hadn't done that at Camden, but was doing that there at Crowley's Ridge. But then in the feature race, and I want to show y'all a few laps from that, I tried to run the outside, I tried to run the middle, and I tried to run the bottom. And finally, I ended up just going catfishing. And for y'all that don't know what that is, catfish, you know, they stay on the bottom of a lake, bottom of a pond. So if you're racing and you're catfishing, you're going all the way down to the ute tires, running that just that inside brown line that's been left where you can get a little bite right on the inside. And the reason for that, my old asphalt pull-offs, they're over 2 years old and they're just done. I stayed out in the middle trying to get this tire to warm up and start working, and it just never did fire off, never got hot, never did start working the rubber or anything. And I don't think that there was any problem with the car. I think my asphalt pull-offs, I threw them on there so that we could go over there and race, and they were just too hard. They were just too old and everything. And I know that's the case because when I look at this tire, it's all grooved up, it's all psyched up. And I really just hung that car out through the middle in the black several times on several laps. And I have no feathering on this. I have no cupped lips across it where I can feel like a raised edge or anything. And so what that tells me is this tire was just staying up on top of the track. It was never working into it. It was never digging. It was never pulling rubber off of it. And so we still ended up finishing 7th. Check these laps out here. You'll see where I try the top and where I try the middle, and then finally I just get out on those tires and stop losing ground and end up picking up to 7th place from starting in the very rear. So didn't do bad, but would have liked to have had some fresh tires on it. All right, y'all check this out.